Yeah, we're going to be looking at Stoke, Gabriel and Torbay Police FC, a team that was only founded 3 years ago. We're also going to look at their history and how they got such a long and interesting name. But before we continue, I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below, because we're trying to hit 190 subscribers before the end of 2024. So it'd really help me out if you go down below, like and subscribe, and while down there maybe drop a comment as well about a team you want to see in the upcoming video. Stoke, Gabriel and Torbay Police were founded after two separate teams in the local area both folded. Stoke Gabriel folded after the 1920 season, finishing on a minus 200 goal difference, and I think you can kind of tell why they folded. It's just a very poor league season for them. And Torbay Police didn't seem to fall for any particular reason, but because of their close proximity to each other, I think it was just a merger more than a two teams fold. Before we jump into any seasons, let's talk about their stadium. Since their foundation, they've played at the sponsor-named Kia Speedwell Stadium in Stoke Gabriel, which is its own separate town. It's a pretty modern stadium with a massive clubhouse, and it's got a capacity of 1,700. Stoke Gabriel have also played there since 1905. Obviously, have many renovations since then to make it a modern, more usable stadium for this generation. They merged in 2021. The chairperson of Torbay Police FC took the chair role of the new club as he guided Torbay to Step 7 of non-league, which is pretty high for a charity-run police team. The person to this was Lee Langley. Let's get on to how the club is currently doing, starting in the 21-22 season in the South West Peninsula League, where it seemed like the new side, which was mainly made up of Stoke Gabriel players, as can't tell by levels, did finish rock bottom, finished on just 4 points, and conceded 158 goals. So it was an improvement on the old Stoke Gabriel team, but not by much. And they scored just 41. They're also on 29 points behind second bottom Sidmouth Town. This relegation saw the club plummet into the Devon leagues, which is one of the lowest pyramids of football. You're getting into county leagues. It also saw Lee Langley step down from his role as chairman and was succeeded by Daniel Muridan, an ex-Stoke Gabriel player and coach, and he was unanimously voted into his position. He was accompanied by Tim Perrin as secretary and David Thomas as head of youth development. I find it interesting that a team at this slow down has a head of youth development. I feel that's a role we maybe don't need, but that's just my opinion. Also this season, they played their only game in the FA Vars, where they entered the second qualifying round, but they did go on to lose 6-1 away to Torpoint Athletic. This was the last time they played in the FA Vars to date. The 2022-23 season was the first season in Devon leagues, and they got straight promotion after finishing third and winning in the playoffs. This season was a big improvement for the Bees, which is named after the colour of their shirt. It's kind of a yellowy colour. They finished on 32 points from only 18 games, which seems like a really small league season. They were 7 points off second place Lakeside Athletic and were 1 point out of the playoffs to Plymstock United. They still finished the season on a negative goal difference somehow, after scoring just 38 and conceding 41, finishing on -3. But this season was a big improvement for the club, as all of them returned to the South West Peninsula League Premier East Division. Going into this new season coming up, Lee Langley was appointed club president, which is interesting considering he stepped down and now he's been kind of re-promoted. I understand that. He was also one of the founders of the club, so I think that's kind of why it comes from. And to mark the beginning of his tenure, manager Sam Biscoe kept Stoke Gabriel and Torbay Police in the league, with the Devon club finishing on just 32 points, coming 13th out of 17 teams, which is the club's biggest achievement to date. They're still in a negative goal difference after conceding 76 and scoring just 55, but it doesn't really matter when they've stayed in the league, where they got relegated on 4 points just 2 seasons before. They were sandwiched between Honington Town and Torrington FC, which are two very historic clubs. You can kind of see this club was founded in 2020, and you've got these historic clubs around them, and they're still fighting in this league. I think it's commendable. The 2024-25 season looks to be their best season yet, though, as the Bees currently sit 5th in the South West Peninsula Premier Division East. They're on track for their highest record finish, being led by, again, manager Sam Biscoe. Also this season, the stadium was renamed back to the original name of the stadium when it was first built, the J.G. Churchwood Memorial Grounds. I keep getting that mixed up. This is also the first season where I have got actual attendance information. The club's highest attendance this season was 174 on the opening home game of the season, which was a night game. I think it was a 7:30 kick-off. It was a 4-0 win against Teignmouth Town, with the average attendance season being just 81, but that number is significantly bumped by that 174 at the start of the season. The club won 29 points so far this season from 15 games, and they're surrounded by Elburton Villa, who are 3 points behind Stoke Gabriel and Torbay Police, and Newton Abbott Spurs, who are 3 points ahead of the Bees. They're also on a positive goal difference, which is really good considering they haven't finished on a positive goal difference yet, conceding just 23 goals and scoring 37, and it's a very, very positive start for the club. I strongly believe this season will be the best in the club's history, because this is a really good start for them. But as they look to seek promotion to Western Leagues, I think the aim for the season should just be to be comfortable in the Premier Division East and achieve a mid-table finish. But obviously, it's still possible for any club to gain promotion. But at the moment, Oakhampton Argyle, who are still top, Sidmouth Town, who nearly got relegated if it wasn't for their poor season a few years ago, and Cullompton Rangers looked just too tough to beat as it is. But of course, it is always possible for the Bees to climb up the league and maybe get into the playoffs. But on that note, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this one, you'll also enjoy my other videos on AMK Irish and Northampton on Chenax. Both videos about very good non-league clubs just like this one. But yeah, on that note, like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Peace.